Is the NCW able to strategize and tackle the problems that women face at both public and private spheres? Give reasons in support of your answer. So what they are asking is what is the effectiveness of the NCW? In short, they are asking you what is the effectiveness of NCW and do you think it is effective? If you think it is yes, what is the reason?
Sir, introduction and success regarding NCW and some failures regarding NCW, and then we conclude with way forward.
See, for statutory bodies, don't write failures.
So drawbacks, sir.
Drawbacks. Okay, delicate.
Yeah, sir.
Failures and radical it becomes a radical thing. So don't write such a thing. So you write just drawback. Okay, it's a statutory body. So basically, okay, sometimes I'm using Telugu today. Maybe Rajni may not be comfortable. She is in the class. Okay. Rajni, you understand Telugu? Okay.
Very little, sir.
Little, okay, good. Anyhow, so what Jitendra told is correct framework. So what we can do is we can introduce something about the NCW. Okay. And then the question is asking you to explain. It's like, was it successful? Okay. Was it successful? So don't outrightly say it is not successful because definitely it played its part. Let's be honest. So you can say, yes, it was successful in 1, 2, 3, 4 ways. Drawbacks, it could not achieve much mileage things in 1, 2, 3, 4 points. And then conclude. You can use the first question as a conclusion in the third question. You can say, by actually giving constitutional status, we can more empower and also we can have fast track courts or etc. by under the supervision of NCW when it becomes constitutional. So all these kind of innovative measures you can write and say that 50% of the population in India is women and the need of the hour is to just bring proper justice system to them. So what you can write, you can say in the positive, the success aspects about NCW, you can write how they have supported. I'm just reading out my model answer which I have given long back. You can say how they have successfully, how they have been successful in bringing out property rights to women, especially under the Hindu Act. Okay. And then through NGOs, with the support of various NGOs, NCW has been taking up many social and economic issues of women. Okay. And they have led to many campaigns and also they have addressed a lot of legitimate grievances. They have ensured in certain women rights across the nation. Okay. And then they have seen through that women who are being subjected to domestic violence are properly taken care and the people who are resorting to such things are taken to the legal courts and etc. Okay. So, and also you can mention that during the unfortunate Disha gang rape or the Nirbhaya case, the NCW played a crucial part in sensitizing the issue amongst the nation and drawing support from many women. So all these can be mentioned as a positives of NCW. So where it is finding wanting is, it is basically like a toothless tiger where its recommendations are not binding on the government. The functioning of the institution itself is sometimes very difficult because it doesn't have proper funding mechanism. Okay. And then sometimes the leaders or the heads of the NCW are appointed from political parties and who just take care of this seat because it's a nominated post and there is no grievance, there is no legitimate belongingness. You can say that heads of NCW sometimes lacked legitimate belongingness in taking the institution forward. Okay. All these measures you can mention and you can give a way forward as we discussed, like it can be made constitutional. Okay, more gender sensitization and giving more autonomy and giving proper functionaries and funds. So this 3F you always remember: funds, functionaries, and functions. Functions, functionaries, and finance. Instead of funds, you can remember finance. So you should you should let the organization have proper funds. You should let the organization have proper functionaries, that is people who can run the organization. And lastly, give that organization sufficient funds or finance. If these 3F are there, then it will become an institution which can run on its own. And next comes functionality, as to how it has to operate. It's a next level thing. Okay. So on that note, you can simply conclude the third answer. So again, good answer, Venkateshwari. Good. You have put all the feminism into you into the conclusion. Okay. It's a very good conclusion. So I'm not saying that, but in conclusion or introduction or in throughout the presentation of the paper, make sure that your identity or your gender or your caste or whatever it is directly or indirectly not revealed to the examiner. Okay, because that is not generally appreciated. You can definitely highlight about women's issues, give a very powerful conclusion. Okay, no problem. Fine. Good. See the fourth question. Does the Rights of Persons with Disability Act 2016 ensure effective mechanism for empowerment and inclusion of the intended beneficiaries in the society? Discuss. Yeah. Framework for fourth question.
Same framework as third question.
Yes. Again, it's a question. It's asking you about a particular act, how the act was. They're asking you whether that act could do proper justice to the intended beneficiaries. Who will be the intended beneficiaries? The Divyangs. The person with disabilities are now called Divyangs. So the Divyangs, will the Divyangs, are the Divyangs being benefited from this act or not, is the question. So basically what you will write about the Divyangs, and you know how the persons with disabilities will have certain issues, and then to address these issues, how this act was brought into picture. That will be your introduction. Now the first side heading will be the features, important features of this act. Before mentioning whether this act is important or not, or is it serving the purpose or not, you should explain certain important features of this act. Okay, what are the important features of this act? Anyone? What are the important features of this act?
Increase the number of disabilities from 7 to 20.
Yeah, the number of disabilities identified under this act are increased. The number can be written. If you can remember the number, you can write 7 to 21. Next.
Free education.
Free education. Yes. Okay. Reservation to the disabled has been, I think it has been increased to 4%, right?
Yes, sir.
4%. And then, okay, right to education, 6 to 18 years. Yes. Children between 6 to 18 years with certain disabilities will have right to free education. Okay. And there is a certain degree of protection against discrimination. Okay. So all these are certain important aspects of this act. And then then highlight. So basically you can say that all these aspects, positive aspects, have definitely played a crucial role in empowering the persons with disabilities. However, there are certain lacunae in the act. Yeah, providing special district courts to handle violating. So, okay, fine. So what are the lacunae of this? Basically, the act is silent in certain gray areas. So and that brings out certain kind of ambiguity in the act. Okay. And the physical disability is mentioned, but the mental disability like autism, etc., are not properly defined. Okay. And coming to this Raghu's point, the providing special district courts. So who is the authority in providing the proper justice is not clear in this particular act. Okay. So you can write that the Rights of Persons with Disabilities Act of 2016 is definitely a very welcome move with regard to the persons with disabilities, as they are also equal stakeholders in the progress achieved by the nation. Okay. And the need of the hour is to ensure that the schemes and the measures taken by the government are more inclusive towards this section of the society, and also the rights as entitled by the constitution are guaranteed to these vulnerable sections of the society. Clear? So no one has written fourth answer. Anyone has written fourth? Whose answer sheet is this? Anyone who has written fourth answer? Venkateshwari, I think we have already discussed yours, right? Anyone else?